Hello there, it's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com, and I kind of want to finish the weekend with a few more interesting products. So first we're going to look at this Kayou Soul Land box, and this is going to be a little bit difficult for me to explain because one, I don't know a whole lot about this other than the little bit of research I did before this video, and two, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. I listened to some pronunciations and it's quite difficult to say actually. You have to say every single vowel in order to say it. So I'm going to call this Soul Land, even though I know that's not a great translation. But it kind of makes sense. But anyway, what is this? This is an anime, sort of. Got like, you can see it on YouTube if you look up Soul Land. There's free episodes there. Tencent is the producer, so yeah, they put some free episodes up. They're even subtitled in English. It's like computer graphics, so it's like really kind of realistic animation, but it's still animated, and very popular in China and most of Asia. And it's based off a book or a series of books that by the same title and with the same characters. And the basic idea is that sort of like Persona, I guess, everyone has a spirit in them and they can train to use that spirit to be more powerful, right? But everyone has their own, and so there's good spirits and evil spirits, and it's kind of like a world of souls, a soul land, if you will. Uh, so that's kind of what it's all about. But it's a Kaiyo production, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. And if you go online, there are many, many, many sets and boxes of this. This is the cheapest one I could find. As you know, that's kind of what I do here. I buy the cheapest thing. And then if it's good, I might buy some more. But yeah, this is definitely the cheapest possible box I could find. I think it's the newest release, though, DLA005. So I think that means this is like fifth wave, which is, I guess, the newest release. But there's many of these because each release had many levels. You know, there's 1 UN. This is a 1 UN box. There's 2, there's 5, there's 10, there's special editions. There's all kinds of crazy stuff for this. But this is one I have, and I'm not sure, I'm not sure if it's older or what. But this box style is weird. I've only seen this box style used on an older Naruto box that I also got. And you'll see when I open it up what I mean. Okay, yeah. So well, we'll get it open here. I can show you. Please open. Yeah, if I'm right, it's going to have 3. Wow, that's really difficult. I guess it's all. Oh no, I ripped it. Oh dear. Oh well, it's just a 1 UN box. Plus, it's got it kind of folded in there, so it's very difficult to open. Okay, so yeah, you see what I mean. There's 3 stacks of packs instead of just 2. So that makes it a wider box. You could still turn it into a retail display if you don't rip it like I just did. But anyway, that's Kaiou Soul Land 1 UN box. There's 36 packs in here. I don't know what that is. We'll figure that out in a minute. Close that back up. We've got the sides here. So this artwork is, from what I've seen, I watched one of the episodes. That's kind of what the show looks like. It uses this very realistic looking 3D generated art. Honestly, when I was watching the show, I kind of thought it looked very much like what Unreal Engine's demos look like. You know, it kind of had the same look to it, and the way the camera was moving felt very video gamey for some reason. But there's a lot of fighting in the show, a lot of interesting landscapes. I don't know if it borrows from or they borrowed from it, but there's a lot of like Avatar-like landscape in there, like the big floating rocks and stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting looking show. But again, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of the names of these cards either. So if you're here for that, you're not going to find it. So this looks like maybe quality goods check, and then someone with the like ID of the person who did the QA check of it. Sometimes you'll find that in these boxes when they come from the factory. But yeah, it does not look like there's any kind of promo or hit pack in this, which makes sense. This is the lowest end, 1 UN level products. So I'm not expecting to get like major hits from this or anything. It's more just to see something different, right? Like these cards are pretty rare here in America, so kind of a different thing to add to the archives. And we can then use them to compare. And it's Kayou cards, so I'm pretty confident they're going to be great. I've never opened a box of Kayou cards and not found amazing cards, so yeah, we'll take a look at the back here in a minute. It's interesting, this, again, it feels older based on the box style, but also the fact that it doesn't list any of the set information or odds on the back. Kayou started doing that a couple of years ago, and all their releases have that now, but this doesn't, so it makes me think maybe it's a little bit older, but again, I don't know. It may just be because this is more meant for China territory and not export that they just didn't do that. Okay, but anyway, there's this box. I'll put that kind of to the side. And as you saw, I got 3 packs out, but we're going to do something a little different this time. I'm not going to random and just open one of these. I'm actually going to open all 3. I know it seems weird, but because it's a 1 UM box, I want to give it the best chance of showing us some good cards. If I open just one, there's very little chance we'll hit anything good. To be honest, there's little chance with 3 too, but it's 3 chances instead of 1. So it's a little better, right? Okay, so we will open all these packs, but let's take a closer look at them first. As I mentioned, the show and this set is sort of produced by Tencent, but Kayou did all the design work on it. But Tencent is the rights holder, I guess, for this property in China. And they're a major, huge company. There's absolutely no way that this is not a licensed product because, yeah, they sue people in America, so they definitely would sue you in China. So yeah, this is definitely somehow licensed, there. But again, it's such a kind of territorial product that I just don't see you selling this in America. So I don't think you should buy this as an investment. Curiosity, sure. Archives, great. If you love the show, great. But this is definitely not an investment type product. Okay, so we've been looking at the back here for a while. I've been trying to figure out how many cards are in a pack. I'm pretty sure it's 6. I think it says on the box. Yeah, here. So you got 36 packs and 6 sheets in a pack. So there should be 6. But there may be a redemption thing. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about the redemption program on the box, but that's kind of common at this level of product. So it could be in here. We'll see. We'll see. It could be 6 real cards, or it might be 5 cards and then 1 redemption card in each pack. We're going to find out right now. Okay, so the thinner cards, they're kind of the same thickness as the Naruto cards. Same kind of feel to them. But, So usually a Kayou card, even a base card, is going to have some kind of foiling on it, but this is nothing, just color printed. Both sides just color printed. So that is a very kind of cheap feeling card. I mean, it's better quality than I've seen. Like, I've certainly felt worse. That this doesn't feel like even Kayou Hero Battle has better base cards than this, even at the 1 UN level. So also, I mean, it's interesting that I guess all the backs are like that. Well, maybe we'll see. Maybe there's a different back. And then there's some numbers. I'm not sure if this is meant to be a game of some type. It could be. A lot of times, though, they'll put that on the cards, even if it's not really meant to be any kind of game. It looks like we're getting 4 rare cards here. And I apologize, I really do not know who any of these characters are. But that does look like the art style I saw in the show, so at least that part's correct. Ish, I guess. So here's our 5 rares. And then this is an SR. And the texture work on that is pretty nice. This is, what I would expect from a Kayou SR level card. It would be a little bit upgraded from what I would hope would be just default foil, but they didn't even do the default foil on this. And then yeah, the card backs do all look exactly the same. So it's possible this is a hidden information game of some kind. There's no rules on any of these cards, so if it is hidden information, it's very simple. Yes, I only see like 2 numbers you could use. But yeah, that's very nice, the SR here. Let's get that sleeved. Put that up there. And then, yeah, let's move on and check out another one. Oh, sorry, dropped my scissors. Hazards of an Archive. I haven't been able to move back into the archives yet. It's still being cleaned. But I should be able to move in tonight or early tomorrow. I might not move in tomorrow, it's a work day. Okay. So let's check out pack number 2. And yeah, there's that same back again. Makes it convenient for people like me trying to hide the cards, but definitely, I don't know what the upside down means, but yeah, definitely sort of very plain cards again. Not there's nothing really. Yeah, I definitely will not be buying another box based on what I've seen here. You would have to really like this property, I think, in order to buy even as much as I have already. Oh, there we go with a dupe. So, duping up already. Let's see here. A bunny lady and single pack dupe. So that is really common at the 1 UN level to open 1 pack and have 2 cards, 2 copies of the same card in that pack. And so that's what just happened to me here. So this will be a dupe. We'll put it over there for now. And then I've got another SR. And it has not a unique treatment. It has exactly the same hexagon pattern as that SR. So they are not doing unique treatments on these either, which is also kind of disappointing, to be honest. So yeah, not impressed so far, Soul Land. This is not Kayou's best work. But again, I don't know much about this. It could be older, or it may just be that, you know, because it's a license only for China, they just didn't do as much work as they usually do. I don't know. It's because even the base, I guess the base Naruto cards are like that. I can't remember now. I kind of think they even had a little bit of foil on them. They weren't just nothing like this. Okay, so let's take a look at a few more here. Got a lot. We're pulling a lot of rares, so that's typical at this level to just get a ton of rare cards, which are the sort of lowest rarity cards, most common. None of them have had any kind of a treatment on them at all. Oh, that one looks neat. It's like a werewolf person at least. But that artwork's pretty neat, nice. Okay, one more rare, and then an SR. So every pack was the same configuration, I guess, 4 rare, 5 rares and an SR. It's kind of nice that you don't have to deal with, oh, this has a different, well, I was going to write it off, but this actually has a different refraction pattern to it. You can see there's squares instead of hexagons, so at least there's at least 2 different refraction patterns, although it ends up looking very similar on the table. But there you go. That is Soul Land by Kayou Soul Land. Yeah, I'm not super impressed. Probably not going to buy more, but I've got a few more packs to use for something someday. I don't know what I'll use those for. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to get this one out of the way because next I'm going to do a 3 Kingdoms comparison. And it's going to be, I think, a lot better than this. But it was good to record this one. And, you know, maybe some people wanted to see what this was all about. Now you know. See you soon.